When I was in 3rd grade, I was in this Sciencey Inventors Club after school. My invention idea was a backpack that had helium pockets in it to make it lighter and cause less discomfort for students. Just like you thought, I found that the amount of helium that would be needed to make a significant difference in weight could not be practically integrated into the design of a backpack. Just remove the amount of books in your backpack to make it lighter. Done. I just solved a problem with no money. I'm thinking smart. You aren't thinking smart. Then how he gonna learn? That's what school lockers are for. Store the books in your lockers and take the books you need for your next class. Simple. Not every school has lockers, certainly not in elementary school. My middle school didn't, other than for gym clothes, and my first high school didn't either. So, carry some of your books in your hands and some in your backpack. Stop making situations complicated. You have arms and hands. Carry some of the heavy load with them. Problem solved. That doesn't change the amount of stuff kids have to lug around, or my point of not everywhere has lockers. Yes, it does. It does change the amount of stuff you have to lug around because your arms are now doing the work that your backpack and shoulders are doing. You are wrong. I never said it wouldn't redistribute the weight, but it doesn't magically weigh less because of where you carry it. Yes, it does weigh less. Physics 101. Stop making things complicated and use your head. I solved the problem. I have to carry about 20 books every day to school. Obviously none has 200 or more pages, but they all have about 40 each, depending on the subject. It's heavy as f***. The school gave us binders since we carry a lot of books, but obviously it only makes it even heavier. No matter what we do, if we carry 10 in our backpack and 10 in our hands, it's really heavy and a pain to carry the same way. We don't have lockers, so I guess it would be good if our backpacks were lighter. So, put 15 books in your bag and then carry the rest in your hand. Less than a 100-page book shouldn't be that hard to carry by the book bag. Your solution is to carry 15 in the book bag and then carry 5. Simple and problem solved. Don't make things complicated. Yeah, it doesn't hurt at all. Don't worry, you just have to keep carrying 15 books in your bag for more than 10 years and your bag will be just as good as new. It's not like a year has 365 days or something like that. You're such a genius. Why didn't I think of that before? Have you ever tried to be a psychologist? When your patient is depressed, tell them to be happier and not make things complicated. What a revolutionary thinking. Wow, you blew my mind. Comparing what I say to depression is very disgusting of you. You should be ashamed of yourself. So, you have 20 books to carry. So then, before you go to first period, ask your teacher in the other classes if you can give them your books to hold on to until your class with them starts. Problem solved. Stop making things complicated. Well, the way you are so smart and come up with quick solutions is formidable. And do you really think the teachers would allow that? We have more than 30 students per class, so it's a no. Especially because they are afraid of the younger students messing up our things, or even someone of our classes. Beer. I would never say that, because human emotions are complicated. Not this. That's why I come up with quick and easy solutions for this. A no? Now that's your fault for not trying. Again, the solution is to ask a teacher. You have presented nothing to say that my solution is bad. A teacher will hold the books for her students, and she will protect the books in her class. And the teacher's class will easily hold book for, let's, 50 students. Plus, we aren't talking about other students, we are talking about you. Because I can assure other students can easily carry 20 books that are less than 100 pages. So again, ask your teacher or stop complaining. Your teachers stay in the same room? Mine don't. And I'm certainly not the only one who complains about back pain from carrying about 20 books in my bag for more than 10 years. Depending on which classes we take, we have to move classrooms and we have to go up a lot of stairs and then go back to our original classroom. Clearly in your school time, you had to carry almost nothing that weighs a ton. If you think back pain isn't a problem, The point is, it doesn't matter if we carry 10 books in our hands and 10 books in our back, or 15 in our back, it hurts the same way after having to deal with it for so many years. The teachers don't stay in the same room. We have our own set classroom, and the teachers are the ones who change depending on which year they have to teach. The no is the response from my school. They don't allow us to leave our materials in the classroom because of previous accidents with the younger kids playing around. We only change places for certain subjects, like art when we go to the lab etc. So tell me, what's your genius solution? Tell your teacher to leave a note to the other teacher to protect the books in the classroom. Your school says no? Then talk to your principal and explain to them the situation. I'm sure they will say yes. Problem solved. This isn't complicated. I don't think you understood. The principal is the one that doesn't allow us to leave our materials in our classroom since the accidents with the kids, so we can't leave our stuff there. We complained it was heavy, our principal allowed us to leave our things in our classroom, some kids messed up, and now we can't leave anything there anymore. So, buy a backpack with wheels on it and pull on it as if it's a suitcase. I wonder what your lame excuse this time will be. A backpack with wheels exists, and it has a handle that you can pull. And weight shouldn't be an excuse, because we all know that pulling a lot of weight on an incline and on wheels is possible and less strenuous compared to carrying it. And you can get it at Target for like $70, which isn't expensive at all. So don't complain about the price, or else my next solution is for you to get a damn job. This isn't complicated. You missed the part where we change location? The stairs are gigantic. My entire class used to have this backpack with wheels when we were younger, and it was way worse. It weighs more than a normal backpack, and to hold it in our arms, to carry it upstairs and downstairs, we had to use both hands, therefore all of our books have to be inside of the backpack. Way worse. You keep responding as if you actually have to carry something that heavy. It's not easy. If it was, you think we wouldn't have done something about it? It's not just me who's complaining. You probably had to carry some 5 books in your life, and that's it. My school isn't like that. It obviously isn't the end of the world, but it does suck. And it does hurt our backs after years of carrying books. I don't know in which wonderland you live, but here, after school, college is even worse. More books, and they are way bigger. So yeah, sorry if I think a little help would be welcomed after 24 years of carrying stuff on our backs. You said yourself you solved a problem with no money, and still you say get a job, get money, so you can buy a backpack with wheels? So what's the advantage? What's the advantage? To carry books! Duh! And trust me, I carried a lot of books in my life. Your struggle isn't noteworthy. So you can't carry them up the stairs? Wow, yes you can. What a lame excuse. But here is a new solution for you. Place some books out of your backpack with wheels on the ground and carry your lighter backpack up the stairs. Come back down the stairs to collect the few amount of books you left on the ground and carry them up the stairs. Place them back in your backpack and roll away. Problem solved. This isn't complicated. Stop making things hard for yourself. Rest in peace, my books. They got stomped by all other students trying to get to their classes. How can I carry the books plus a backpack with wheels? That thing is way heavier than a normal backpack. The only lame, stupid, dare I say, idea here is yours. Leaving books on the ground? I have no time for that. The moment our class starts, everyone goes running towards their classes. 5 minutes late and you're out of the class. And the teacher certainly won't wait for me to grab my books. There are 2 pairs of stairs that we have to go to arrive in my classroom. When the class is over, we have to go back down, go to our main classroom, and if the next class is upstairs or downstairs, guess what? Here we go again. The point is, if I have to spend money on a backpack with wheels, in which I have to put my books down on the ground, why can't I spend my money on a backpack that has a system to make it lighter? A backpack with wheels isn't heavy. The weight is 6 pounds according to Google. Plus, pulling on them is much easier than a normal backpack. It's easy to pull a lot of weight with wheels. If you don't want your books stomped on, then place them in the classroom for 1 minute. You just have to carry it for the stairs and then lug it. Oh, poor you. You have to struggle for a short amount of time. Helium won't make your backpack lighter. Wheels will make it lighter because you don't have to carry it except for 30 seconds up the stairs, which isn't even bad. Stop complaining. Stop making excuses. I just gave you a solution. So far, I got no more excuses coming in. This means my advice really helped. I'm glad to have helped. Again, these kids are making things complicated, and I gave advices that cost $0. Kids these days don't think smart. Think smarter. Things are not difficult. Peace. Stop bragging about being smarter than people without even solving any problems. Maybe if you were less full of yourself, you would find a less simple and more meaningful solution instead of just acting like you know everything better. So helping others not to waste their money and give them simple options means I'm full of myself? That's really ignorant of you to say that. Educate yourself. I've seen a lot of arguments in comments before, but one talking about a backpack with helium pockets wasn't where I expected to see one. I know, right? I gave them a simple solution to their problems, and they want to lie and say they don't have lockers in their school, which is bullshit. And they want to lie some more and say they can't bother to transport their books in a backpack on wheels, which makes books weigh less when traveling. They want to lie and argue because they can't admit they are wrong. I'm actually gonna have to agree with the other person on this one. I actually proved them wrong 100%, so there is nothing for you to agree with. This tells me that you didn't read the whole thread at all. Read the whole thread and you will eventually agree with me. Thank you for agreeing with me. Nah,